Here we've got an extraordinary bulb, Cardiocrinum giganteum, the giant lily. And it comes from China, where it grows in forest glades beside water. And it has an extraordinary life cycle which confuses and puzzles a lot of people. The plants emerge from the ground as a bulb, and they grow away quite happily for 4 to 7 years before they produce a giant flowering spike like this one or this one here, and then the bulb dies. And so if you're growing Cardiocrinums, you think, goodness gracious me, it's been absolutely wonderful to see them in flower, but now I've lost them forever. But of course you haven't lost them forever, because each bulb, if we look down into the core of the pot, each bulb will produce a multitude of offsets. In fact, there's one little offset here already. So as this stalk withers and dies, so you will find a whole raft of new little plantlets which are scales off the original bulb. They will grow, but you'll then have to wait 5 to 7 years to get your flower again. So the secret of growing Cardiocrinums is to have them at all different ages, growing away together, so that you try and get a flower every year. But at the end of the day, the fact that the bulb divides is only part of the plus, because Cardiocrinums produce huge seed pods which will swell up to about that sort of size. As the stem goes brown in the autumn, so the seed pods will swell up, and inside the seed pods, those of you who know what the seeds on an elm tree look like, which are called rabbit's money, the Cardiocrinum seeds are packed in very tightly. There are hundreds and hundreds in each pod, and when the stem has gone brown, that's the time to cut it, take off the seed heads, and preserve them for sowing next spring. If you leave them out in the garden, those seeds will fall to the ground, and if you've got some bare earth in a dampish place, it'll self-seed itself, but then you're waiting more like 7 to 10 years to get another flowering plant. Better still is to take those seeds and sow them in the spring. Cardiocrinums don't all germinate in the first year, so it's worth persevering with the seed tray, picking out the first little seedlings that come in the first year, leaving the seed tray well alone, and waiting for a second batch of seeds to come up in the next year. And it may well be that it's the second year before you get a really good crop of seedlings. So although this gigantic plant withers away and dies and has a very peculiar life system, it regenerates itself at the top and it regenerates itself at the bottom, and it's a most amazing plant to grow.